Hi there, I'm Heide Brandes. I'm working with Uncovering Oklahoma and producer Dennis Spielman to bring you a special edition of Summer Travel Uncovering Oklahoma Style. We're here in Davis. You can see Turner Falls right behind me. We're going to spend the entire day out here. We're going to explore little known sites, some famous sites. We're going to try out some fried pies and maybe, just maybe, explore a local mystery around here that has everybody baffled. So if you're ever curious about Davis, you traveled south down I-35, we're going to show you exactly where to go and all the cool sites to check out. Well, we decided to take a little detour and check out the scenic spot. This is the first scenic turnout south of Davis, and we've discovered that Oklahoma is actually the birthplace of the first reflection seismograph. So you can see on this sign, this was a huge deal when it comes to oil and gas exploration. In fact, the seismograph was responsible for the discovery of the largest oil and gas fields in the world. This was done in 1921, right here in Oklahoma. In fact, right here in this area. But why we really stopped was for the view behind me. As you can tell, it's very pretty. Lots of rolling mountains, lots of valleys. Looks like great places to hike. You can also get some interesting views of the new windmills that have popped up around the state, and those are also an impressive sight. So if you want to learn a little bit about Oklahoma's history in oil and gas and the discoveries that made it such a vibrant industry in our state, this is worth a stop. So take the turn off and come check it out. Well, we've stopped at the second scenic turnout south of Davis, and if you like windmills, this is the place to see them. As you can see behind me, there's a huge, gigantic one, but as we know, wind is an Oklahoma resource, and if you like windmills, Oklahoma's the place to see it.
All right, we're here at Magnetic Hill, which is technically in Springer, Oklahoma. It's just a little south of Davis, and so basically what's so neat and fascinating about this is you park your car, put your car in neutral, you will actually roll uphill.
You roll uphill?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And people have done this?
Yes. And we're going to do it.
Well, we're going to see if this works. I think it's kind of an urban legend, but we're going to see if this actually happens. So Dennis does not have his feet on the brake, on the clutch, or the gas pedal, nothing. His feet are pulled back. We're about to put it into neutral and see if we roll uphill. Though it does feel a little strange.
Yeah, you can kind of feel like
something.
it's pulling, like right now, and you were saying, you know, I've had like a headache earlier a little bit, but you can definitely kind of feel a pull.
Okay, you guys ready for this? We're going to see if this works.
You can see out there, we're definitely, that's slanted down that way.
And behind us is an uphill incline. I mean, it's definitely an incline.
Yes. So I'm going to actually put my foot on the brake for a second because I got to switch to neutral. So we're on neutral. I'm going to let my foot off the brake. I'm not touching the gas. And we're rolling.
Dude, we're rolling.
We're rolling up the hill.
Oh my God, we are really rolling up this hill.
We're kind of
oh my God, we're going fast.
We're at 2 miles.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
3 miles per hour. So we're picking up speed.
Oh my God, this is really working.
There's a couple different stories. Some people have said,
holy crap,
there was some people that was hanged at the tree down the end of the road, and they had the spirits push people away. There's, you know, geological magnets in the road. There was an airplane crash that's created an electrical field. All sorts of different legends and stories behind this. And
we're still going though.
We're still going.
We're rolling uphill, dude. This really works. Yeah. Oh my God.
We're going about 3 miles, and now granted you might say, I have a small car and everything, that's why it's working. I've actually seen other news vans, and if you've seen a news van, they're heavy and they've gone up. My wife, we've done this, I've actually done this before with my wife. That's how I know this works. And she has an SUV, and it worked on that.
This is absolutely crazy. I've never felt anything like this.
Yeah, some people have said they've gotten up to 10 miles. I've gotten up to about
If we start going 10 miles an hour, you got to push the brake on because it's creepy enough as it is. We'd be flying backwards up a hill in a car. This is crazy. Yeah. So, you know, if you think about it, you've got the urban legends, you got the ghosts of the hanged people down on the tree or plane crash. but it almost feels, you can feel some sort of magnetic
Yes,
pull.
you
You
can
think it's
feel
something
something.
in the bedrock that's somehow magnetic in
It
the
could
limestone
be.
and granite?
I'm not entirely sure, but we're definitely going uphill, and it also
we're slowing down.
We're slowing down a little bit, so it also kind of depends on where you park at, and we'll have different poles and different speeds. But generally, about the bottom of the hill, or a little bit close to it, you can definitely.
We are definitely
do
rolling
this
uphill.
trick. We're still rolling
You
uphill.
can see. I mean, that is a downward slope, and we are rolling upward, and there's a car coming. Okay, we're going to try something a little different. We're going to do some exterior shots. Dennis is going to be outside of the car. Nobody is going to be in the driver's seat. So you guys can see from the outside what the car is doing. Literally rolling uphill. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in neutral right now. And sit back. Oh, we're already moving. We're already moving. And
We're in neutral.
we are in neutral. And we're picking up some speed. Still about slow roll, but you guys can see this, right? We're rolling uphill. So it seems like you have different places you can park along this road and have different effects. Sometimes you go faster, sometimes you go slower, sometimes you don't move at all. So if you want to check this out, try different spots. Try going backwards up the hill, try going forwards up the hill. But it's really worth checking out, guys. This is really crazy. Do you want to try out Magnetic Hill? You want to see if it's for real for yourself? Well, it's just right down here in Springer. You're going to exit I-35 on exit 42, go a half-mile west on Highway 53. You're going to come to Pioneer Road, which is right behind me. Turn north on Pioneer Road, go to the bottom of the hill, put your car in neutral, and see for yourself if this is a real thing. On your way to Turner Falls, you have to stop and try the world-famous Arbuckle Mountain Fried Pies. This will be my first time, but they're legendary here in Oklahoma. They've got fruit pies, they've got meat pies. People say you need just one, but they're probably so tempting we're gonna get 2 or 3. Okay, we are about to try the world-famous Arbuckle Mountain Original Fried Pies. It's beautiful. I've got a Tex-Mex one. These fried pies are made by a woman named Nancy, whose grandmother actually started making these in 1893. And right here in the Arbuckle Mountains for ranch hands. And they were so popular that they opened a restaurant, and to this day, people come from all over the world to try out a fried pie. So, I'm gonna try not to burn my mouth because it's kind of hot, but let's take our first bite. Oh, holy cow, that's good. Oh my gosh, flaky. Crystal is having the chocolate one. How is it?
It's fabulous.
Definitely worth it. They have all kinds of flavors. They've got beef, chicken and broccoli. They've got some vegetarian. I think a spinach, mushroom, potato one. They've got the Tex-Mex one. They've got a pizza one. So, and every dessert pie you can think of. Every kind of fruit. We've got chocolate, vanilla, coconut, apple, apricot, peach, blackberry, blueberry. Just, man, you can't beat it. Oklahoma legend right here. Hi, we're here with Gary Fielding with 777 Zipline. It's a very interesting zipline. We got somebody going right behind us as we speak. So, Gary, tell us about the zipline. This is kind of unique.
Well, they're heading up 717 feet just off Highway 77, and they're going to have a view of a 77-foot waterfall, and they're going to do all of that in about 77 seconds.
That's the name.
That's right, 777.
Well, tell us about the zipline itself. How long have you been open? How did this start?
Right now, this week, we're celebrating our 1st year anniversary.
First year.
Right. In fact, last Friday, we celebrated on 7/7/17 and invited the city of Davis to come out and ride. And we let all of our police officers, firemen, and Turner Falls employees, all the city employees ride free. So
Did they love it?
They always love it, yes. Yes, they do.
Well, what can you expect? I mean, this is kind of a unique zip line. It's a different design than some of the ones I've seen.
It's not a traditional zip line. It's a zip line that anyone can do. We've had people that have been able to come that are in wheelchairs. We've been able to help ride. We've had people that are amputees that can get on and ride. I had a gentleman hop up one day and hopped off both legs, said, "Here, hold these, I'll be back in a minute." And sure enough he was, and he put them back on and hopped off. But I've had a lady that had MS, and she said, "I put this on my bucket list. I thought I'd never be able to do it." And when she got off, she was crying because I had two 93-year-old ladies celebrate their birthdays on it. So anyone can do this, 42 inches tall or higher, and if they're not over 450 pounds, combined two people, 300 pounds for a single rider. So it's a pretty unique situation.
I imagine it's pretty popular in the summertime months, like,
oh, yes,
like
ma'am.
today.
Yes, ma'am. These days, we're pretty busy, sure are.
Well, if you had any advice for somebody who's never done a zip line before, say they're scared of heights a little bit, they're like, oh my gosh, it's going to be scary, what would you tell them?
Well, I tell them to put their head back to the top, because at the top the seat does lean forward about 3 inches forward, and if you're sitting forward whenever it leans, it's a little bit scary, but if you lean back and look past your nose, down your toes, you see the castle down below, and it's not as scary that much. And you're belted in, you've got 2 seat belts, they're electronically monitored. And one thing about the Soaring Eagle zip line, they have never had an accident.
Never.
And they've built 72 of these around the world. In fact, the gentleman just did our safety inspection today. He built one in Dubai, and he's built one in Ukraine. So
you're in good company.
They truly have built them around the world.
So safety is definitely number one?
It is the number one thing for us, yeah.
And you've never tried it, at least?
I've been on it 24 times myself, yeah. In fact, I rode it today with the harness hanging off the side of it to check the top rollers and everything, and the main cable.
You're kind of a thrill seeker, aren't you?
Well, not really, because I'm afraid of a 6-foot step ladder. Heights terrify me, but I did do that today, and I enjoyed it very much. It was enjoyable.
Well, this is amazing. We're so anxious to try it. So, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I just like for you to go get on it and enjoy it and have fun till you spell it backwards. And that's enough.
That's enough. All right, Gary, thank you so much.
Thank you, Heidi.
So we just did the zip line.
It was fantastic.
That was pretty fun. It wasn't as terrifying as I was thinking it was going to be.
No, it wasn't. I mean, we were both a little nervous before it started going up, but it then started easing up, and you get this incredible view of the valley.
And there was birds flying
and waterfall.
around. I think going back was probably just a little bit more intense, just because you can't,
going back where it always is. And you don't know how fast you're going to go down.
Yeah. No, it's not. Like I said, it's not that scary at all.
No, it was really enjoyable. It's very, I would say, almost peaceful, because you stop at the top, you have this amazing view, and you can see the birds flying around you.
And there was like a little bit of music playing too.
Yeah, there was
I
some
wasn't
nice
expecting
music
that.
playing. So yeah, check it out. It was great fun.
Definitely
and
check it out.
Like Gary said, they're able to accommodate those who have certain physical challenges. People of all ages, as long as you're 42 inches tall and higher. So come out and try 777 Zipline. Hi there, we are here at Beyond Blessed Coffee in downtown Davis, right on Main Street, and we're talking with Donna and Chris today, the owners of Beyond Blessed, and they've been telling us a little history about their shop. It was really kind of a story on how you ended up here in Davis with a coffee shop.
Well, we worked at Falls Creek for several years before we actually moved into Davis. Davis has an annual Summerfest. It's the 4th of July festival. We went, while we were at Falls Creek, we went to Summerfest, fell in love with the town, fell in love with the community, and decided we wanted to stay here. We were at Falls Creek for a little while, and Chris had to take a medical disability. Well, right before that, a friend had given us some green coffee beans and told Chris to roast them, and so he did, and he fell in love with the hobby. And so after he had to take the medical disability, roasting coffee just kind of became the thing that took the place of work. Yeah. It's something to pour his attention and his passion into. started selling to friends and family, and they loved it, and it continued to grow and grow and grow until we were kind of told we needed to open a coffee shop.
How has the town responded to the new coffee shop?
The town has responded phenomenally. The people are so gracious and so wonderful and so accepting. And I think green coffee isn't something people see a lot of. And so to have the roastery here and to have, someone who can talk about the origins of coffee. I went to barista school, so I learned how to actually brew a cup of coffee and all the science behind it. And when you bring the education into something like that people aren't very familiar with, it's just this really neat thing. People can come together over it. It gives them something new, a new experience, and a new way to enjoy something that they've always known about. And so I think people have just really opened their hearts to that.
And one thing that we discussed right off before we actually opened was every coffee shop has a tip jar. We wanted to do something a little different, special with our tip jar. So we call it the Blessings Jar. And every month we do a different organization or somebody in need. So every month we pick a different organization or somebody in need just to give back. And it's really neat to see people come into our shop and go, what's it going to this month? They're looking for a place to give.
Yeah.
And that is neat to be a part of that community.
That's incredible. It's an incredible story too. And that I think one thing we've noticed about Davis is everybody is very close knit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like everybody is friends with each other and look after each other.
Yeah.
But we're back here at the coffee roasting room.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your coffee roaster. Let's talk about the beans. Where do you get the beans? How does this all work?
I get the beans from Kansas City. I used to go up and get them and bring them back. Well, now owning the business, I got to be here every day, so I have them shipped to me. We get 4 different origins from Anthem Coffee in Kansas City. We get a Brazil, Ethiopian, Sumatran, and a Colombian. We use those for our espresso blend also. So we roast about 30 to 40 pounds a week.
Wow.
For us, and I have a couple wholesale accounts already, and just customers out the door buy my coffee. So we're probably up to about 40 pounds a week now or so.
Well, and then you also offer your traditional coffee, espressos, lattes, things like that. You also have some really interesting and fun drinks.
We do. We just, if somebody comes in and orders something, we like to play with different drinks. One of the first weeks we were open, we had some kids after school come in, so they wanted a Red Bull with something different in it. So we put some strawberry syrup in it. Come out very red. The town's red and white, that's the school colors. So we call it the Red Wolf. We sell 50 or 60 of those a month.
Wow.
And people's getting tired of those, so we went to an orange now flavoring. And so just whatever you want to do, we'll do.
And the iced coffees, which I imagine are incredibly popular in the summer. You've got, we've tried the cookies and cream and the caramel
Mocha.
The caramel mocha. So how popular are those?
We sell more of those than we do the traditional espresso flavored drinks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait till winter.
And then we also have the smoothie bar on top of that. We do a strawberry banana and strawberry and pineapple smoothies.
Wow. So if you had to pick one thing that really sets you apart from other independent coffee shops, what really makes Beyond Blessed?
We strive on customer service. There's a lot of coffee shops out there that will just have a certain menu, and if that's not what you want, then that's not what you get. We try to help with customer service, and if you're not happy, we'll throw it away and make another one. We're all about making you happier than you came in.
We are here at City Drug in Davis, Oklahoma, talking with Heide, right, the owner, and we are sitting at a counter that is over 100 years old. This was the original tile work from the first soda fountain in Davis. So
it is.
Kind of tell us what you can expect to find when you come visit City Drug here in Davis.
Well, aside from your prescription needs, most people hang out here at the soda fountain. We have kids that come in after school, and in the summertime, this is one of the favorite hangout places. We serve Bluebell ice cream. We have Coca-Cola products, candy, chips, and our famous homemade pimento cheese sandwiches. We make those fresh daily, sell them for $1 all day long.
Well, City Drug has pretty much been a part of Davis since the town started. Kind of give us a brief history of
We're
the
one
store.
of the oldest businesses in town. We date back to Indian Territory, probably to the late 1880s. Still in business. We've never had to shut our doors. There was a time back during the Great Depression that it was thought that this business would shut down, but we have remained open, thank the good Lord, and still going strong today.
This is almost epitomizes just the small town historic feel of Davis. It just seems like Davis is steeped in cool things to see, one-of-a-kind shops to visit.
It is.
And this kind of culminates it. I mean, one of the oldest businesses here.
It is, and we've made a few little minor changes over the last year, you know, some painting and things, but all in all, people who grew up here and maybe have gone on and they'll come back, they still say that this building still looks pretty much like it did, you know, when they were growing up here. So we like to keep with the nostalgia and just keep things the same, I guess, kind of traditional.
Well, if you had a message for anybody driving down I-35 who wants to stop and get a cold drink somewhere, what would you say?
I say they need to come in here. Be ready for a Coke or a cherry limeade and a pimento cheese sandwich.
Perfect. Heidi, thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you.
Also near Davis is the Arbuckle Wilderness. This is a drive-through animal park. You can see llamas, you can see camels, you can see ostriches, you can feed them. You can buy these buckets of feed and animals will literally come up to your car, stick their head in your window, and you can feed them. It's a great fun for the whole family. It takes about an hour or so to go through, but completely worth it if you've got little kiddos who love to see the animals, and it's fun for adults as well. We have had such an amazing day in Davis. We have explored all kinds of places. We have tried the local fair. We've done some adventurous things like zip lining. We tried Magnetic Hill, and of course this is only a handful of things you can do in the Davis area. It's a beautiful countryside, mountains, you've got streams, you've got Turner Falls, and it's just an hour's drive from Oklahoma City. So if you're looking for a nice stay vacation or a weekend trip, Davis is worth looking into, and we had a ton of fun. You should come try it too.
Hold on the brakes, so. All right,
Okay, you're in
we're
reverse.
putting on neutral now.
No, you're in reverse.
Oh.
I was like, we're really, I was like,
Okay, let's do take two.
okay, take two. Do you think pie 3, 2, 1. Do you think the fried pies are run and made by a woman named Nancy, whose grandmother, start over.